Okay, so administrator completed, dashboard completed. Now going to today configuration. So configuration tab is today going to start a temp configuration. So first in the configuration I'm going to networks. Networks is device. Okay. So any type of devices like switches, routers, firewall, any type of devices going to add first. First going to add, see, in the all number of switches, all number of devices, all number of devices should be add over here. Like how to add, you can click the add, enter the name of the device. Okay, I just example Aruba controller. Okay, like IP is 10 IP. Description is Aruba. Please radius key and takas key, there are two keys over there. This is for my ClearPass servers. Okay, so this key as same key used for the Aruba controller for the authentication. Okay, create this is ClearPass is itself is a takas and radius server. Okay, which key are using, which car using which pre shared key you are configure here, it's the same key they are using for the different device. Okay, admin just exam 1 2 3, same key we can enter here, and with the supported takas we can add also takas also. So this is our key, this is our key, and this is our server. Okay, this is the takas server and this is the ClearPass radius server, both the server in a single. Okay, and select the Aruba controller. So Aruba, this is take a Aruba only, so go for Aruba. If you have the multiple devices, you can go for multiple devices. You have the multiple just Cisco. Okay, Cisco. Okay, Palo Alto. So this type of vendor we can select the as per your vendor name. Like Cisco, to you can select vendor name Cisco. You can Palo Alto, select the Palo Alto. Juniper, you can select Juniper. Checkpoint, you can select Checkpoint. Okay, because is the dictionary attributes we can select as per your vendor name. What is the vendor? You can same attribute. You can vendor name. You can, it should be same also, not different. So I am going to Aruba. Okay, this is Aruba. If the IP, what is the name of the firewall? IP sense. Your PF sense. Sorry, PF sense. Okay, PM sense is not there. Okay, that vendor name is not there in my firewall. What will next option? So any other, no, it's okay. So far also not there. So just I tell you, if the vendor name not available in your ClearPass, what is the next option to configure the device in my ClearPass? This option is there available. So if the dictionary name vendor name is not available, so that type of device is going to the different mode is IETF. This is the ITF. The vendor name is not available, that all device going to move from this vendor name is IETF. Okay, got it? So the vendor name not available, that time use for IETF. If the vendor name is available, so we can use for the same as it as per your vendor names. But if it is not available, we can work IETF. It should be work, not issue about that. Okay, got it? And this is port number should be no need to change. This is perfectly 3799. Okay, if you have a REDAC certificates, you can enable REDAC, but it's not using, so leave it that part. Most of the not using. Okay, SNMP read, if you have the SNMP configure, you can select the SNMP, but it's not going to configure, so leave it that part also. Okay, this is SNMP configuration. The device going to pulling the SNMP. These are the SNMP only. CLI setting is the CLI setting for SSH enabled access device. This also is possible. We can enable for ClearPass operation. Open Connect, this is for Open Connect is an enforcement policy. Query about this. This also not using most of the time. using the time. This tab are using useful for you in your device. This is attributes means can this is multiple type devices which this is a Cisco, so that device going to switch is there or no, you can sometimes is a this is biometric example. So biometric is attribute test, value test. Okay, these are the these attributes which should be configured also. You have the most of times using the tag value. This is tag value means we can assign the role means we can define the policy of this groups bind only for this tags, means this switch not going to communicate to other groups. That means by binding for this particular groups, particular service. Are you understand? I think some confusion I show you.
Yeah, I know the tag service from Central. I know that if you do the tags, and all the devices will come to in the same time.
Yes, tag.
And
Yes,
also,
tag means you know that na tag value. This is tag villain ID, villain tagging. You know the tagging, villain tagging. You know that tags. So that same thing like that. You have the one service. This is our switch, and this is our one service. Okay. So I'll define the one service to define the tag 442. This tag for this service.
yeah,
The, understand? Leave it na. Not required na. Okay. So okay. So we define the tag value so that the tag value verify the tag value, and that groups only for this communicate for this tag value. Tag value is not there, so that device not going to authenticate the device. This is a very important point. Okay. So there is useful. You can verify the tag value. If the tag value is not there, so their device not going to communicate. You can configure. I can add the tag value in this group device. Then that device is authenticate. Okay. So this is our device, an Aruba device. I'm going to Aruba only. Okay, see, Taka's match is not over. Okay, Taka's key is something. Already exist IP. I just took a. Okay, device is added. Okay, like the devices should be added like that only. Okay, switch going to Takas and radius will both supported, but router radius is not supported. So that device going to only move to the Takas. Got it, na? Switch device support to radius and Takas both of them, because endpoint going to authenticate in the switch. Okay, because that time using the radius, and going to that device going to try log in with the Takas, the use of the Takas key. Okay, but router going to only for Takas, because endpoint not going to authenticate with the routers and firewalls. Okay, so that device going to move to the Takas only, not to require a radius. Okay, after device adding, you can go for the device group. You have the multiple type of groups. This is Cisco group. You have the multiple type of network devices like router, Cisco router, Juniper routers, Arista routers, Cisco switches, Juniper switches. We can create the multiple groups as per your vendor names. You have Juniper firewall, create a Juniper firewall groups. You have Cisco device, you can create the Cisco group. You have Arista device, you can create the Arista devices. This is not a single group for multiple devices. You can create a multiple separate groups for separate vendors. Okay,
okay,
means you create a groups as per your vendor name. Okay.
okay. My first question is like, so if you are creating groups and devices, like if you go to the devices, then you are adding here the name of the devices,
Correct, correct.
and you are giving IP or password for that.
IP only. This device IP, device IP.
So you are getting the point of that means you are so you are connecting one single device manually. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that means if any device is connected to any switch and come to ClearPass, then ClearPass will give that device one IP. This is the IP 192.26.128.
Hmm.
How that is done?
No, I will show you just second. You have the switch. I want to log in the switch. Leave it the uh, don't compare this clear pass. Leave it the part. Okay, I'm just layman example. Okay, I'm in the network engineer, so I want to log in the switch. Okay, so I'm trying to log in the switch. I'm going to take the that management IP, that switch IP. Okay, got it. I'm entering the switch IP in SSH. I'm going to SSH, enter the switch IP and log in the switch. Got it.
Yeah.
So that switch IP we can say configure over here. That switch IP.
Okay. That means you are configuring every single switch
Yes,
in the ClearPass.
in clear pass.
Manually.
Yes, manually. Yes, every single switch
Okay.
configure in the switch, and that switch going to authenticate all the endpoint. So we can pull the all the endpoint detail in here with the help of that switch. First device add, then assign the groups. That group call to the service. Okay, this is a radius and takas server. This is the radius and takas server. Radius means endpoint should be authenticated with the help of radius protocols.
Yeah.
Correct. So that time, see, normally the switch going to all the endpoints, all device sets only is a plain networks. They are going to connect it, able to connect the endpoints. They are assign the IP address and they are able to access the networks. Correct. This is for the plain networks. Okay, this is VLAN IP is a plain network, but this is next security. This network required device. What is the radius? Radius is a encrypted packet. That device should be verify, validate, then going to authenticate the server. Some parameter, check the credential part, like the AD user is, verify the AD user is there or not, that verify the AD credential. Okay, that AD username is there, that username is present in my AD or not, that also verified. Other than that, that MAC address, that endpoint MAC address should be whitelisted in my clear pass. If the MAC address is also not whitelisted in my clear pass, so that system also not allowed in my networks. Got it. Some checking the condition, attributes, all parameters should be checked, then system going to authenticate. That is the work of the clear pass. After authentication, they are push the policy, enforcement policy, posture policy, apply the multiple policy. Again, after checking the health status, everything, and going to check the about the endpoint status, all checking the patches, software, everything can checking, and then this system and the clear pass is going to verify everything on that. That system not going to any other violence or any compliance not matching. So that system going to quarantine. If the all is very good, that system going to healthy, and that's going to allow to our networks. Okay. So this is a type of the networks. This is a clear pass does. The clear pass handle the all type of security, because see, endpoint should be secure in our motto. Cyber security, in the cyber security, the endpoint should be secure, because every time I will talk to all the engineers and everything, my teams. Only hackers compromise the PC only. They are not uh, firewall. They are not going to compromise the firewall. Correct, na?
Yeah.
Ransomware going to when 2004 or 2016 9, their ransomware attack only the compromise the systems endpoints, not firewall. Hacker not going to crack the firewall. Okay, they are going to, they are looking only for loopholes in your networks. Where is the loophole? How to come in a loopholes? They are going to, so loophole only for our networks and endpoints only. In our network, all the IT infra, only your loopholes, only your users and that PC. User, user motto, that PC, my PC should be work. That is our my motto. That is, they don't care about the security parts. My PC work. That is my motto. That is the user thinking. Correct. So, so they don't know. They don't care about the which file they are installing, which mail attachment they are installing. They don't care about that. They are know about the my system should be work. That's it. They doesn't matter the network down or they don't care of that. So that's why ClearPass does all this parameter policy, there everything on check and then allow. Everything suspect yet in suspect check file in identifying your system. That system should be blocked. They are not joined the system. Correct. So first you add the switch IP. Every switch IP, every firewall IP, every device is a controller IP should be add. Switch IP, Palo Alto device switch management IP, checkpoint management IP, router management IP. Add in the first device group, device only. Okay, this is by device. Then go to add, create a groups. You can create a groups. I click on add, create a groups. I just adding the example. Palo Alto groups. Select the list. After list, Palo Alto is there. You can move this group for the Palo Alto. Save this. So this is Palo Alto. This is part of this groups. Okay. Then go to service. I just I'm not going to service. I just explain you. Go to any service. This is a service. Service. This is a Palo Alto file. You can get able to see. You can add this group. Call to policy. Call to particular groups this policy. Got it? Okay. So first add the device. Then go to create a device group as particular vendors, particular different, not a single device for all the different type of vendors. Per each group for each vendors. Okay. You can create a multiple type of groups as per multiple type of OMs, multiple type of vendors. Don't call a single group and don't call single group on multiple services. It's not working. Okay. It's not working. It's not working. That is very important. It's not working. So make sure that going to add device and device group. This is for import and export. We can try to import the file bulk data. We can import multiple. You have 10,000 or 20,000 devices. You can import. But I will request you don't import the file. I'll just so many confusion. So maybe to go to manually add. Okay. Don't import the bulk data. It's imported but something wrong because something existing data modified. So that is very confusing. That is very bugs. So maybe I request you don't import the bulk data. You can go for manually add one by one. And export all. You can easily for export data is not easily exported the data. For all the devices, list of devices, we can easily export all the number of devices in single for NAT client. All devices come in a single groups policies. Okay. These are the discrete devices. How? Yes, yes, tell me.
So, but yes, sir, we are creating at first devices and then we are creating device groups.
Correct.
Under device groups, I am adding the devices
Correct.
into
Correct.
device group.
Correct. Correct. It's the right group. Correct. It's right group. First add a device, then go to create a groups, and that device go to add for particular device groups. That's it. If you are different, you have Palo Alto, Cisco, Arista, multiple vendor is there. So you can create a multiple type of groups, and that groups call to your service. Okay.
How can I automate this? I mean, how can I
Mm-hmm.
in airway,
Mm-hmm.
Aruba airway.
Mm-hmm.
And we are migrating these all airways data to central.
Mm-hmm.
After adding in central,
Mm-hmm.
please see the all the access point controller we can see automatically in ClearPass. If I come to device, then I or device groups. If can you please go to the device groups?
Mm-hmm.
So if I come here, if there are many device groups like we have wireless access point controller group.
Mm-hmm.
And if I go to the wireless access point controller group, then I can see automatically that device is already added in ClearPass. How can I automate this? I
Because
have to do this manually.
no, this is I told you. Because Aruba Center managed by, see, there are two types of deployment in the ClearPass. Okay, one deployment is Aruba ClearPass handled by standalone. I am just using the, this is my standalone. I am not using any third party software. I am using the manual work. This is for manual. Okay,
Okay,
but
okay,
Aruba ClearPass, you are Aruba Central managed by a ClearPass. Okay,
understood.
that's why they are automatically collecting data. Aruba Central, they are all the devices fetching automatically data. So with the help of Aruba Central, they are automatically added over there. That's it. Because
Understood.
Aruba Central managed by ClearPass is not going to. I am going to manage by ClearPass is standalone, not any Aruba Centers. Okay, because Aruba Central manage. Correct.
Hmm.
Go ahead, go ahead.
That means if I have like one group in Aruba Central, its name is WLAN 80,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm,
Like we say WLAN 80, Wi-Fi 80,
mm-hmm,
Wi-Fi 80 controller.
mm-hmm.
So if I have the group name in Aruba Central,
Mm-hmm.
then I will create the same group in ClearPass. And that if I add any device in Aruba Central, that device will come automatically in this group
Yes,
in
correct,
ClearPass.
correct.
Okay,
Okay, okay. So device group and device, first add device and they add for device group. Okay.
so one more question comes here, like if I have Aruba Central and ClearPass, my colleague told me that in that case, I am only allowed to do anything in ClearPass, not in Central. Is that correct?
No, no, no. Come again. I can get it.
Like we have,
Mhm.
like we have Aruba Central and we have ClearPass.
Okay.
Both are synchronized.
Mm-hmm.
Now the case is if I want to make any port bounce or if I want to make any change, VLAN or network change or anything,
Mm-hmm.
then I should do that only in ClearPass, not in Central.
Yes, correct. Not in center. Barabar. Correct.
Okay.
Aruba, Aruba Central means you are not for managed by ClearPass. Aruba Central managed by all type of third-party vendor devices. That multiple routers, switches, all the devices should be managed on the Central. Correct.
Yes.
So not manage all type of devices. They are managed. Not for Aruba. They are to take care of the Cisco also.
Mm.
All vendor they are managed only for Aruba Central. In the single tools you can manage all type of devices.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so this device and device groups. Okay, this is a proxy target. Proxy target is a ClearPass uses the some type of third party proxy. So that time using the proxy target you can configure the proxy servers names, protocols, going to authenticate the proxy. That is used for proxy target, not going to directly because via going to authenticate the proxy. That time use the proxy target. This is also used for the choose the file about the import the file proxy type of file. You can import it over here. This for export on all the after completed the configuration of the proxy, you can import or export that file. third party device. This means proxy targets means you are not going to authenticate directly to ClearPass, use for the proxy. Third, correct now, you are going to internet directly, not going to user to directly connect the internet via proxy, we can use for the internet, correct? That is the same thing. Okay, these are the event source for the configure the event, like you have the syslog servers, you have the IBM servers. Syslog, any type of syslog server should be configured over here. Okay, checkpoint. So this type of IP address of the device name, that means which syslog server IP address should be configured over here, like that. Okay, these are the network scanning. This may be scanning for uh, means your SNMP scanning, you know, the SNMP SSS scanning should be configured like that, but most of the time you are not using that one. This network scanning purpose of that. Yes, 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 SNMP, yes, yes, SNMP.
Okay. That means you can create a scan and you can scan all the devices.
Correct, correct. Run.
It's in SNMP.
Yes, SNMP, yes. Daily basis, hourly basis, weekly basis. You can scan the devices subnet wise. Okay, timing, save. Like that, we can copy SNMP. A third party account, you can configure this. Sorry, where is this? Okay, we can configure the SSL account. That means for these are SNMP account, SNMP domain. You know the configure SNMP community strings. You know that is strings. That domain you should be configured. That domain you should be create over here. SNMP domain required. You know that the domain that requires. This is simulation policy, simulation evaluation of the policy before deployment. And this for stimulation, like that any type of authentication type of how to say, the radius authentication, like example radius. This is simulation servers, remote, FKD when that time used for this use of policy. Most of the time they are not used for us. Okay, attributes. This type of this policy we can need to configure for this policy simulation. That's it. This were not used for most of the time until and unless other the policy. Okay, these are the authentication method. This is by default. This is a protocol if TLS, CHAP, MS CHAP, MST. This protocol already available in my ClearPass. No need to add the ClearPass. So most of the time their the username, password, .NET authentication use the uh, EPIP, 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 MS CHAP, and CHAP. For these are the .NET authentication. Okay, and use for the MAC authentication. Only for MAC authentication, this is a MAC auth policy. These protocol used for the MAC auth only. Okay, the, when going to certificate based authentication, so they use for the EPTLS. This for certificate based authentication. They are not going to check if the username password. They verify only by certificate. That's it. These all the authentication methods already available in the ClearPass. Should be when going to authentication, that time should be add this method. That's it. But all these are already available. No need to add the different types. If you need to create the authentication method, you can add the over here and the add the methods. We need to create a separate one. That's why. If TLS should be add for, I'm going to testing. TLS certificate base, not to compare. So like you can should be you also configure the as per your requirement. Okay, the testing. So these are now created. Okay, already available, but you need to create a separate. You can create a separate. That's it. This is a macOS. This is a macOS. Only use this one method. No need to change anything. Okay, use the same as it is. No need to change anything. Source means active directory. Sorry, AD going to add in the your source authentication source. All devices should be authenticated with your source. That means your AD. So you should be added in AD in your ClearPass in here. Enter the name of the any domain. Active directory. You have the active directory. Enter the name of the AD. You can create first. I'm just testing. Going to ADS. One sec. Okay. Bind password means bind password should be not been expire. That one username should be created in the AD servers, and that username you should be adding over here. So that username use for never expire the password. Okay, I told you never expire password. Select that username because that password expire every 3 months. So you are facing the so many problems in your ClearPass. Device endpoint not going to authenticate and rejecting the devices with the because of the bind password expired. So that time should be bind password not going to expire. Please make not going to expire selected. Okay, bind username no, bind when any type of user we can bind over here. So that username should not be going to expire the passwords. Got it? If you go if you select the every 3 month or every 6 month going to expire the passwords, so that time many challenges you are facing because endpoint going to authenticate and reject it. You're not going to solution because of the issue. So that time better to not going to impact in a network. So should be select the never expire the password, and that username should be configured over here. Understand? So this is for NetBIOS name you use for any NetBIOS name in your company. After a NetBIOS entering automatically come in the in your base name. Okay, only enter the NetBIOS name and search it. After searching, there automatically get the all the details. No need to add manually over here. Okay, no need to add manually. Only add the FQDN. That's it. They are going to click on search, so they automatically detect the all the data with the help of ClearPass AD. Okay, everything is fine. No need to sign. By default is there. Okay, this for attributes. By default attribute is there. Summary. If you have multiple servers, you have configure in the you have multiple ADs. You can configure the multiple servers, and after multiple servers, you can adding over here. That's it. You have multiple sources, you can adding over. That's it. Okay. In our ClearPass, how the authentication, there are 3 type of authentication. One is the Active Directory, admin user repository, okay, deny user repository, endpoint repository, guest user repository, inside repository, local user repository, onboard device repository, social signing login repository, time local source, zone repository. These are type the authentication source. Any type of endpoints going to authenticate with the help of endpoint repository. That means endpoint repository means endpoint any endpoints already in my endpoint repository, so that policy going to endpoint repository, but I am not going to apply the policy because my device, my endpoint should be authenticated with my only AD, so I am going to select AD. But I have the some guest users. Sometime you are guest, are you coming in your office and they need to some your network in access. So that time use for guest device depository. You assign the guest depository over here, not here. Then the services. So that time when assign the time of this guest to 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. That access only 1 day, 2 day after device automatically detected. That is for guest device. Guest deposit temporary access guest only for guests or any visitors. That guest only not go, that guest user don't have the AD credential, correct? They want to access the your network. So that time you create a new policy, new service, and that ask the username, ask the your MAC address of the system, and add your in your portal, and they able to access the with the network in my guest devices MAC address of the systems. Okay, with the help of MAC address, they are going to access the network. But you should be that MAC address added your in your guest portal. So that is very important part. So this type of authentication method in your environment, but I think I will explain how to do this. You have the deny user list. Deny user list means you create one list for only for deny user. You can add the MAC address in this list, so that user not going to access your networks. Okay, any no policy they are going to access your network, because you allow only for delay access. They are not going to access the network. Okay. So you can create the multiple repository. This is for allow access, this is for valid user, this is a block user. You can create the policy of that in the ClearPass. Okay, but authentication are used for the any adding the domain ID servers. This is my ID. I just show you. This is my ID. This is my FKDN. Okay, this is my bind passwords. This is my admin device name. So they automatically detect the all the data. Okay. This is the details which I configure. So this is for AD. When going to configure the AD, so AD should be configured over here. That's it. You have multiple AD, so multiple AD should be configured, and that AD go to create multiple tabs and add the devices. After adding, you can bind this AD here. Source multiple devices. Okay, add backups, multiple servers. You can add the backup server. You can multiple. I have the one more source. You can add the add-on backups. So how many servers? You can add this one. I have two servers. You can add. I'm just give example, not for I have just example for the I have only one server. That type I don't have the backup servers. You have the multiple AD server. You can add and configure the AD server for IP address, everything on that. Then going to add. Got it now? You have the multiple AD server. Binding also is possible there. You have LDAP. You can use for the LDAP. LDAP not required the, because LDAP, that means the cloud technology. They are going to all the number of AD servers going to in the part of this part of that LDAP clusters. Correct now? So we can go for the clusters technology. LDAP use for LDAP. LDAP all the multiple number of AD servers going to in a single LDAP FKDN. So better to configure LDAP only. LDAP is good cloud technology for not going to any hamper, because I'm going to configure the IP base AD servers. IP base AD servers means something wrong. That means one AD server down. So should be when going to second server, it will take time. But going to LDAP, so it's not going to take time. It will be fraction of second. Here sending the packet to other servers with the help of LDAP only. So this is for the AD server authentication method, authentication source. Single sign-on be for the single sign authentication SSO login. That time used for the SSO login configuration. So this was for template. We can configure and use it for SS single sign-on certificate, single sign-on access. Okay. This is a local user. Local user means you don't have the AD servers. Okay, you don't have AD servers, but you need to all the switches and routers should be able to log in, with my username password. But I don't have ClearPass. I don't have AD server. Sorry, I don't have AD server. So that time used for the local username. Local user means I'm not going to verify the username password. I'm going to verify username password in the local database. This for local database. I'm just configure any type of name. Okay. Create a username passwords. Admin. Select the roles. I'm just role is this super admin. Attributes. Add attributes. Department. I just add department is the IT. Save it. Okay. So I want to able to access my ClearPass admin, I mean for this user. So this local database, local user. So I mean should be login user only for I am going to user and create a password that only. Okay, not the separate, not using the full access. I am going to use of the limited access. I am not going to use the read only access. So I'll provide the read only access. So they can only visit. They can only not going to anything make changes in this policy. Only can they can able to see this. That's it. They are only for read only access. So I'll give you some read only access. I'll just show you how to do this. 1 second. In second, I just show you. I'll just create one policy. I'm already created 1 second. Domain is I'm just copy the policy for your testing. I'm name the change. Local database. I will show you, just don't confuse. Okay, I'll just show you how to do this. I leave this, remove. I'm adding the local user database. Okay, local user authenticate. Also I am remove the AD. Local address. Leave the part. Fine. That's fine. Fine. So IO local database. 1 second. I think I name is different. But I am not going to local something wrong. 1 second. I'm only DB. Oh, I think Ram no, name is wrong. No, 1 second. Where is the LOACL? Okay. Name is wrong. Okay. Local. Okay, fine. The policy is created. Okay. I'm just adding the Amin. So I'm trying to log in Amin with the Amin. Okay, Amin is correct. Nam. Okay, AM double E correct. Okay, so I'm log out. I'm just trying to different browser, not this browser. So is logging correct. That username is, see, you can, I mean, you can able to see this username, read only access. So that user only we can, I show you. You can able to see. You're not going to change. See, this save option is not there. You can see save option is not there. They only visible option. They are only read only access. They are only can able to see those. Not going to change anything. Okay, got it? So I'll just change the permission to there. I'm just sending the permission. I'm just super admin. Okay, save it. I'm just again go to there. Log out. So now we can full access super admin. See, can super admin, yes, configure. So anything happen, see, you can able to see the save option is there also. Okay, fine. So now we can change when you change the rule, so automatically apply the policy. If you read access, you can only read access, read only access only can visible, not going to change anything. But we can super admin, you can change anything and make it happen. Okay, so this is for local user use policy. Okay, so you don't have AD. So you don't have AD, so that is not go. It's not a big deal. We can configure and use for this. Use to give to access to as per any users, any help desk, any L1 engineer. They want to access for visible, and you can see the policy. So we can provide to without AD. Okay. So you understand now how to configure the service. Doesn't matter the service. I'll explain later. But I will show you how to do this user. You can able to access the user without AD. Okay. My motto. Yes. Yes. That user we can manage it. You can provide the access as per your rules. I mean, as per your read only or a super admin. Okay. You don't have AD. That also achieve. No worry about that. Number of user you can configure, not a single thousand, number of 10,000 you can create a configuration, not our part, but they can able to access endpoints. Very important point. Endpoint, see, that means endpoints tabs used for the any type of MAC address should be whitelisted. This for endpoints. Any new machines coming to your networks, that time should be whitelisted network as per your endpoint tab. Configure, enter the MAC address of the systems and allow with known MAC address. That's it. This for any new machine coming, any rejected machine should be endpoint tab for whitelisting the MAC address of the systems. Okay. Manually, it's manual. It's manual process, not automatically. It's manually. Okay. That any new system should become after deploy the policy, everything on that, so that any new system coming, they are not going to connect the network until you are not going to whitelist a MAC address in your ClearPass. Before, after MAC address configure and whitelisted, then going to able to access the network. Before that, they are not going to able to access the networks. That is the main thing. Should be whitelisted MAC address in your ClearPass, then they are going to access the networks. Okay. Static host list means you have configured the number of static host lists. You have the number of 10 number of endpoints, MAC address. That time configure the one is static host list. I'm just going to configure the static host list. I'm just You have the number of list depend on regular expressions. That means this type of regular expressions apply for this. Okay, list subnet by also you can apply the subnet full subnet, that also possible. You have the list. The list means you can IP address depend IP address based and MAC address based depend on the host types. Okay, subnet wise, IP wise and MAC wise. Okay, these are IP wise. This is IP wise static host list. What is it? One second.
Yeah, so you can say first.
The subnet wise means 192.168.10.10./24. This is for subnet wise. Subnet, sorry, /24. I have just /24. These are subnet wise. Okay, I am going to add for the regular expression. Like that we can configure regular expression. Okay, this for regular expression. And third one is list IP wise and MAC address. I've just add the example of example 192.168.40.40. Host must be specified. Host must be specified. Oh, host list must be specified. Okay, fine. So host is fine. That means only first save and then go to full save. I'm directly talking to see that's what's not going to happen. Got it, na?
Yeah.
So you can to save first here means first save host list, then going to save here on full save. Okay. Now I'm going to add the MAC address base. I'm going to MAC address. Just going to MAC address there or not. One second. Our syntax is MAC based. So 00 test. First save here. MAC address invalid. 1 second. Just okay. Save. Now is save. Okay. So I'll just explain you how to do configure this MAC base, IP base, regular expression base. Okay. Like that we can configure the static host list. That static host list configure as per your service. Okay. Okay, this is for static hosting. Now is the roles. Roles, when you can define the roles. Maybe have roles type, multiple type of roles. That means you have device multiple type of devices, computers, uh, any type of biometric machines, any new machines which come. You can define the roles. You can add over here. Example, I just which device I just told you. Sofas. Sofas. Okay, add the sofas. You can this for roles and add the policy. You can define that this not the attribute is not there. You can add the attributes, sofas attributes. Okay, You have biometric, you have don't have machines, that name is not there. You have endpoints, again endpoints. Okay, this for attributes for uh, roles. That means you know the object of the firewall, like that only. You know the object of the firewall, object we identify like that only, that's it. Then is the role mapping. Means role mapping means that role should be mapped over here. See the role is example is testing piece. PC default role as per your equal. I'm just policy default role is other mapping the add roles condition as per roles design of condition multiple type of condition multiple roles connection uh, MAC address equals DLP. That role is called to the switch device. Belongs to these groups. Testing PC. So first save. So like that we can configure the policy. That policy called to these roles. Like that is a role. Then we can same as it is for role mapping for the object. We can configure the object in the firewall. Same like the configuration. Okay.
That is, say you are creating a cluster role.
Oh yes.
Roles is nothing like which type of device you have. This all devices will come in this role.
I just example. This Mr. Santosh. I just example. This is I just example for you. I just go to this roles. Okay, roles. Add Santosh. Okay, save it. This Santosh. This is manager role. I'll provide the manager role for them. So this is Santosh going to add for the managers. Nothing but see a student. Student in the students. What is the role of the student? Student only for the as a student role apply. Manager going to manager apply. MD going to manager role. That is the role for the this user. See any type of students in the company. Any students. So what type of role you have say? This is a limited access of role. This for student. When the MD and above MD and other managers, they are going to full access user. This type of role you can assign over. That's it. Role is nothing but role is can assign the profile. That means which is the profile. This manager assign the full access. This manager student we can assign the rule of the limited access. Okay. Condition, that is condition for the roles. You can object the firewall like that. We configure same as it is. Okay, this is a posture policy, is a big topic. I think not today. I am come to the next because you know about the posture policy. Posture policy nothing but the posture very important features in your ClearPass because all the posture with the help of posture I'm achieving the endpoint security because endpoint going to check with the help of posture only. They are going to check with the I just overview about that. This type of multiple type of operating system they are supporting the ClearPass Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows 7, Windows XP, Server 2012, 16 and 19 also. These type of operating system we can manage by the ClearPass and apply the posture policy. In the posture policy there are multiple type of uh, uh, categories. These are the services categories, process categories, registry, antivirus, firewall. This type of we can achieve the taking care of the endpoint security. We can apply the policy over here and that policy apply to the or entire IT infra endpoints. So give you one example. I am going to Windows hotfix. I'll assign this some type of Windows hotfix. That means you can configure the hotfix here. Okay, I'll configure the number of hotfix. You can check the hotfix and that hotfix not verify in the particular endpoint, so that that not matching the hotfix as per my configuration policy, so that say system that endpoint going to quarantine. So system quarantine healthy with the help of posture only. What it? If the system going to quarantine with an posture, use of the PC health status and verify the status. If the compliance are not matching, anything is wrong, that system going to quarantine. All compliance match, system going to healthy. That does only for posture policy. So this is a very posture policy work with on-guard agent. Posture policy work. 1 second. 1 minute. Sorry. So posture policy, this is very important features in the posture policy. So all the endpoints, health status, checking the antivirus status, checking the patch management, checking the network connection. So all the point core in the posture policy. Posture policy work with the on-guard agent. On-guard agent checking, and there is the on-guard agent update to the ClearPass. And after updating the ClearPass, apply the posture policy as per your updating the ClearPass. So once again, I'm just so complete this posture policy. So I'll then complete that. Okay. So 1 second. I have already created, but I'll not to create a one. Okay, I'm just creating the posture. Uh-huh. Okay, okay. Okay, no issue. No issue. In the posture policy, I will go the on-guard agent going to system going to quarantine and healthy with the help of posture. I will show you them in the lab. Next lecture, the system in the live environment, system healthy due to the antivirus not updated. This some application, and after removing the application, the system going to healthy automatically. I will show you in the next lecture. Okay.